You know what? All I could say is, wow, what a hell of a victory for the Green Bay Packers. Honest to God, I thought we were going to lose, to be honest with you, because we were down by 20 points. The Bears' defense was looking good. Khalil Mack was balling out. Rodgers then got hurt. And to be honest with you, I thought Rodgers, honestly, I thought he was really hurt. He wasn't going to come back in the game. And then he got carted off the field. But at the end of the day, Packers come back. Rodgers comes back out of the tunnel, warms up, gets back out on the field, and balls out. It's just another accolade to his legacy. I mean, there'll never be another quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. I know a lot of Patriots fans are going to say Brady's the GOAT, but to be honest with you, I mean, in my opinion, I think Rodgers is the GOAT. They're both very good quarterbacks, but I think Rodgers is way better because I don't think Brady would come back hurt and lead the Patriots to a 20-point comeback. I just don't think he would do that. I mean, granted, it was the Bears, but still. I mean, any team you would think you're up by 20 points in the third quarter, you close it out. But you know what? I mean, I'll take the victory. I'll take it however I can get it. But next week we play the Minnesota Vikings, and we definitely got to be on our A game because their defense is also good. But I will say, the Bears. I'll give them a lot of credit. Their defense is hell of good. They got a hell of a defense. Their offense looked pretty solid, but in the end, our defense stepped up when it needed to. I just hope, for the fact of the matter, though, I hope that our defense isn't like Dom Capers' defense. I mean, granted, we do got Mike Pettin in. We do got Mike Pettin as our defensive coordinator now. But, I mean, in the beginning of the game, our defense was like shit. And we couldn't stop the run to save our ass. I mean, to start off the season, I mean, this is our 100th season. We had to start it off with a W. We couldn't start it off with an L. Yeah, it was a hell of a game. I agree. Earlier, I thought the Browns game was probably the best game, but now I'm looking at the Packers. I think the Packers game was probably the best. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I did think we were going to lose, though. We were down by 20 points, and Deshaun Kaiser. I mean, I just didn't think Kaiser was going to lead us to a comeback. I was tweeting on my Twitter that, I mean, it didn't look good for the Packers in the beginning, but somehow, some way, Rodgers finds a way to come back out on the field and he balls out. I just hope for the fact his knee is okay for next week, which really worries me because last time Rodgers was really hurt was when Anthony Barr hurt him. So we definitely got to watch out for that motherfucker because I know he would aim to hurt Rodgers. So when we play the Vikings, we best protect our quarterback. I think the Packers defense could be good. I just think that it needs time. Maybe a lot of people were jumping the gun and saying the same old defense and stuff like that. But I mean, we did enough to win the game. But I do want to see improvement from the defense. I mean, I just don't want to see the same old bullshit every game. Like, these are nail biter games. The defense has to show up when it matters, and thankfully it did. But in the beginning we didn't. So, but at the end of the day, we still won the game. I did see a lot of Bears fans celebrating early, saying, "Oh, it's over for the Packers," but they jinxed themselves. They celebrated too soon. You should have waited till the game was over and then celebrate. You just don't do a live stream on your YouTube channel at like halftime and think the game's over. You just don't do that. If I was to do that and the Packers would have lost and then we were up by 20 points, the Bears came back down 20, I would have regretted doing that. But I mean, it's his channel. He can do whatever he wants. Do I think the Packers would have beaten? Yeah, I did see. That's what I was talking about. King Joffrey Joe. Do I think the Packers would have beaten the Eagles if Rodgers was healthy? That depends. If we were in the playoffs, are you saying if you're saying with Rodgers or Hundley? If we would have made the playoffs with Hundley or Rodgers? With Hundley, I think we wouldn't have never beaten the Eagles. But if we had Rodgers in, I think we would have had a good shot at beating them. It would have been tough, but I think we could have been. We could have helped. Yeah, with Rodgers, I think we would have beaten the Eagles. I would be confident enough we would have beaten them. The Care Bears. I agree. They are the Cleveland Browns of the NFC North. Yeah, I do. I think the Packers would have beaten the Eagles. If not, we would have gave them a hell of a competition. I mean, you look at the games they had. The closest was probably against the Falcons, but Falcons choked that game away. Who's to say what would have happened if Rodgers was healthy and we made the playoffs? Maybe we would have stopped the Eagles from winning that Super Bowl. Maybe we would have went to the Super Bowl and faced the Patriots instead of the Eagles. But at the end of the day, it happened, and we just got to move on. Do I see the Eagles repeating? I think they got a good chance, but I mean, they do got a good chance. But I mean, let's be honest. If the Packers are in the playoffs and Rodgers is healthy, you know he's going to give them a run for their money. I'll just be honest with you guys, though. It's hard to repeat. The last team to do it was the Patriots, and they had a chance to do it again, but it didn't happen. That just goes to show you how hard it is to repeat. Yeah, their offense looked really, really bad today. I don't know what happened with Dallas's offense. Yeah, I agree. Hold up, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Travis, I don't know about the Cowboys this year. If their offense keeps playing like that, they're not going to have a chance to win the division. They may even finish last or possibly third place, depending on if the Redskins and Giants step up. No, we shall see who wins their first game of the season next week against the Cowboys and with the Cowboys and facing off on Sunday night. I think the Cowboys will get a W there, but we'll see. You know what the crazy thing is? The Browns and Steelers tied. Honestly, I thought the Steelers were going to lose. The Browns had many opportunities to win that game, and they blew it. I think this was probably the best game of the week, to be honest, with the Packers and Bears. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think the Packers would have beaten the Eagles. I mean, we did it back in 2010 when we went to the Super Bowl. We beat them in their stadium. They were like the third seeded team that year. So I don't see why we couldn't do any different then. But I think if we would have won, if we would have went to the playoffs, we just would have seen the same old bullshit with the Packers. We would have still had Ted Thompson as our GM, and we still had Ted Thompson and Dom Capers here in Green Bay, if that was the case. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't make the playoffs that year, even though I wanted to see them. Even though I wanted to see the Packers make the playoffs, I just think that if we would have made it, we would have just seen the same old bullshit. No changes would have been happening. And the Packers probably would have just had the same old bullshit happening, just always get eliminated from the playoffs and not go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, we play them in New England, Foxborough. We play them there. That should be an interesting game. Rodgers versus Brady, part two. Yeah, the Patriots are always there because the AFC, there's just no competition. And I'll tell you what, the Steelers, the way they played against the Browns today with 6 turnovers, they keep playing like that. They're not going no damn Super Bowl. We need to see some teams step up from the AFC. I'm tired of the same old teams from the AFC going to the Super Bowl, either the Steelers or Patriots. I agree. Steelers, I think they're on the decline. I could see the Browns be on the horizon, though, if they get a good offense going. Their defense looks solid. I mean, 6 turnovers. They should have won that game, to be honest. The Browns should have won. It should have never ended in a tie. But you know what? A tie to the Steelers fans would probably be considered a loss, anyways, because let's say they go 9-6-1 and they have to fight for a wild card. It might end up screwing their chances to get to the playoffs. Yeah, Seattle's on decline. Their defense is falling apart. They're no longer the Legion of Boom. Who won that game in Seattle and Denver? Did Denver win? No, hell no. Seattle's not good. I think the Packers will probably kill them when they go to Seattle. What's up? What's up, Megatron? Uh, I wish you guys would have beaten the Vikings today, but shit happens, I guess. We're both gonna go past the Vikings though next week. It'll be interesting to see that game. I know. I think it's a 1 o'clock game. I think it should be bumped up to a 4 o'clock game. What I think about? I think the Los Angeles Rams could be pretty good this year. They look like they got a good defense. Let's see if they're not all hyped though. No, I don't think Carolina's good. Yeah, you guys need receivers. Jimmy Garoppolo will be a good quarterback, but you guys need receivers. You need to give him some weapons. I kind of wish you guys would have gotten Allen Robinson. Yeah, Saints are overrated too. What do you think, Travis? You think the Browns? You think Browns get a W next week against the Saints? If I was the Browns, I would start Baker Mayfield next week. I mean, they got nothing to lose. I mean, Tyrod Taylor just looks god awful. He's not accurate. Their defense will keep them in the game. It's just Tyrod Taylor. He's got to show up. He can't be throwing short ass passes and just running all day. But then again, if Ryan Fitzpatrick can throw 4 touchdowns on that defense, then if Ryan Fitzpatrick can throw 4 touchdowns on that defense, I guess maybe Tyrod Taylor can do the same. If you guys would have had Allen Robinson, you guys would have had a good chance to probably win that game today. Yep. I think Des Bryant was talking smack about the Cowboys on Twitter today. I don't know why Allen Robinson would sign with the Bears, though. He would have had a better chance, better future with the 49ers. Because I don't think the Bears are going to go anywhere as long as Aaron Rodgers is with the Packers. I mean, he's already signed that, renegotiated his contract up until he's 40. And then you got the Vikings, whose defense is really good. Maybe the Lions will be on the downfall, but the best thing the Bears will probably get is probably third place. Unless they stay in the basement again. I'm pissed that the Packers didn't get Julio Mack, but at the same time, though, we probably would have had to give up so much to get him. So what do you think, Travis? You think the Browns should start Baker Mayfield next week or Tyrod Taylor? You think they should keep Taylor in? I mean, he didn't look pretty good in this game. I think if he looks bad against the Saints, they should bench him for Tyrod Taylor. I mean, not. I mean Baker Mayfield. I agree. I think honestly, if Baker Mayfield is as good as they say he is, and he can lead this offense like he did in the preseason, if he can do that with the first strings, with the starters, I think the Browns got a good, bright future ahead of them. Because their defense looks really good. If they could keep that defense up, they'll have a bright future. Yeah, I think after this year, I think Drew Brees probably has to hang it up. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes looks really solid. Now I can see why the Kansas City Chiefs got rid of Alex Smith for him. You know, the Vikings do got a good defense. But at the same time, though, I mean, they did make you guys did go toe to toe against. Yeah, I saw Adrian Peterson bowled out. It is pretty sad, though, Travis, that the Redskins have a better record right now than the Cowboys. Yeah, he is. He is a magician, Aaron Rodgers. I think they could have beaten the Pats, but I mean, I just the Patriots were just a better team. I think the Texans could be a really good team if Deshaun Watson stays healthy. I don't know. It was close though. What do you think, Gabriel? You think this is the year Rodgers and Brady in the Super Bowl? That would be a hell of a Super Bowl. It'll probably draw the most ratings ever in history if that ends up happening. I think it's later in the season. I think it's around what November. I think. I know it's like probably around like week I think 12 or something. Week 11, 12, somewhere around there. Yeah, that was a shocker right there. I never thought the Bucks were going to beat the Saints. Yeah, they always seem to do that. I noticed they've been doing the Browns and Steelers the start of the season though over the past few years. Whoever the schedule makers are, they're not doing a good job because they have the same teams play they did the week before, the year before. The Vikings, we play the Vikings next week in Green Bay. That should be an interesting one. I think it's a 1 o'clock game next week, Sunday. I agree, Brian. The Bears do still suck, and the Bears felt so confident. I guarantee you, most of their fans are on suicide watch now. They were talking all that smack on social media. They thought they had in the bag. Like, oh, there's no way the Packers are coming back, and then Rodgers comes back out of nowhere and just does what he does. Yeah, he jinxed them. I was saying that earlier in the stream. I said he jinxed them. I would never do a video on YouTube celebrating so early and bragging much about a victory. If I would have done that, that probably would have happened to us if we were in that situation of being up by 20 points. So now that gets that now the Packers are up by 3. Oh damn! Their own city doesn't even represent. It must be depressing being a Bears fan, to be honest with you. I know they always talk this smack. You know they're always going to do that because they hate the Packers and they feel confident in their team. But I mean, they got a hell of a defense. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, they got to stop living like they're in 1985. They had that one good year, and then after that, I mean, we're not counting the championships years when they were really good, but we're counting the NFL Super Bowl era years. They had one good year when they won the Super Bowl, and everyone thought they were the greatest thing ever. If they were really the greatest thing ever, how come they didn't end up being a dynasty? That's my question. If the Bears were really that good, they had that one good year as a defense. If they were really that good, how come they weren't a dynasty? I mean, like I said, I'll give the Trubisky credit. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback and all, but I'm saying though, the Bears still lost. Wow. There's always that one year, always that one team that everyone feels confident about. There's always that one team though that everyone jumps on the bandwagon of. It happened with the Saints, and then it happened with the damn who else it happened with? It happened with the Seattle Seahawks. Everyone always looks for that one team to jump on the bandwagon, and then they don't end up being good anymore. So then they find someone else to jump on the bandwagon too. That's just how it is. Oh yeah, they thought they were hot shit. 15-1 going to the Super Bowl, and then we saw what happened. What do you think about the Cowboys defense though, Travis? Yeah, at the end of the day, you might have an explosive offense, but defense wins championships. That one year, Denver had they had that great ass offense, but they didn't end up winning a Super Bowl because Seattle's defense was just really good that year. And then when Super Bowl 50 came around, their offense wasn't that good, but then their defense was really good. It was Carolina's offense that was really explosive. Hmm. Who I think could be a sleeper team. Hmm. Honestly, I don't even know right now who could be a sleeper team. If the 49ers could get their act together, I think they could be a sleeper team. I mean, they did go toe to toe with a good ass defense, and they made the game close and competitive. If they could find their stride, and then maybe they have a chance. Browns, they could get their first win. They just got to play defense like they did against the Steelers and make sure their offense isn't as bad as Tyrod Taylor was playing. He better make sure he plays good, or at least probably try to bench him for Baker Mayfield. Maybe give him first reps in practice this week. Yeah, they should have won that game. They honestly can't catch a break. Their defense is what kept them in that game. I mean, eventually they got to start Baker Mayfield. They just can't fucking have him on the bench. I mean, he is the first overall quarter. I mean, he is the first pick in the NFL draft. Mm, I think the Lions will probably be average. I think the Packers and Vikings will be the good teams this year in the NFC North. One of those two teams will get a wild card. Hopefully, it's the Vikings that end up getting it, not the Packers. But if we have to go into the playoffs with a wild card team, we did it before, so we could do it again. But we'll have to wait and see. If Baker Mayfield is the real deal, though, for the Browns, they got a bright future ahead of them. Oh wow! What do you think of Stafford, Travis? You think he's a great quarterback, or you think he's an average quarterback? I know he's not top notch like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. I know he's not elite. Yeah, that's true. If Stafford was on the Patriots, he'd probably win a ring. If he was the Patriots starting QB, but Tom Brady's there. What's up, Rain? How'd you like that comeback for the Packers on your Bears? Did the Packers break? Did Aaron Rodgers break your heart again? Or come on, let's be honest. You probably seen that coming, though, Rain. Yeah, but then Dallas didn't Dallas have Tony Romo at that time though? Yeah, Ferris, I agree. Your offense is awful. Yeah, so they honestly didn't need Stafford because they had Tony Romo. I thought Tony Romo should have won a ring. If Dallas's defense is even better, they probably would have won. They would have won a Super Bowl if their defense is really good that year. The years they had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, they did win it. Get past it. They never got past the divisional round though. Yeah, Romo couldn't stay healthy either to save his ass. But at the same time, though, is also their. I mean, it was also I think their offensive line kind of let get banged up. What season? You know, EDP does say a lot of stupid stuff. And what season do I think the Packers' worst loss was? Probably when we lost that game in Seattle. That botched onside kick. Isn't your O line banged up though, Ferris? Isn't the Cowboys' offensive line banged up? I know EDP. He'll just say anything stupid though. He'll always talk bad about his team, even if they won the Super Bowl. He'll say, "Oh, we're not going to win these games because Carson Wentz is starting." Damn. Yeah, that was pretty awful, but I kind of expected us to lose that game. Our defense wasn't that good. He should be kissing Foles' feet, but I mean, it's EDP though. He'll say a bunch of bullshit anyways. I think most of that stuff he does it for views though. He does it all for views, to be honest with you, because nobody's gonna tune into him celebrating and saying the Eagles are gonna be good this year. Why did he even join the TTC though? That's my question. If he says they're gonna, yeah, he's getting paid. That's what I don't understand is why did he join the TTC if he's gonna talk bad about the Eagles? He's giving Eagles fans a bad name. And to be honest with you, he didn't even think the Eagles were gonna win the Super Bowl that year. He joined the TTC Discord affairs, so I guess now he's in the TTC apparently. Yeah, I agree. He does got a crow to the Eagles. If you're going to talk bad about your team, why would you join the TTC though? Makes no sense to me. If you're always going to talk down upon your team. Yeah, Desert Eagle's a cool dude. Yeah, I did see that. You did stream with him one time, I think. You want Cowboys blogs back now? I didn't see that. Did he join the TTC Discord thing too, or no? I have no idea where Kev is, Rain. Yeah, the Browns did tie Ferris. That is pretty sad. I watched your videos, Rain. That's how I know it was you. I'm not TTC. I saw you comment on the MIW thing too, so that's why. Yeah, D Town's a cool dude. Hmm. No, Ferris, how does it feel though? The Browns have a better record than the Cowboys right now, even though it's a tie. It's not a loss though. Do you think the Cowboys should have gotten a receiver, Ferris, with that pick instead of what's his name? Do I think Matt? I don't know. I think he needs weapons though. Yeah, Lane Vander. Do you think they just drafted a receiver? Give Dak a weapon? Yeah, Calvin Ridley. They should have got him. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Dak he could last, but I don't know. They got to give him weapons to see if he could really prove himself. He's got to have weapons to throw to before I can say if he could last or not. And I bet you guys are probably glad the Packers aren't playing the Cowboys this year. And I've seen the graphics of the new Spider-Man game. I think it looks pretty good. How tall is Beasley? Is he what, 6'1"? Somewhere around there? Wow. He's 5'8". Damn, he's 5'8" and he's a fucking receiver. Could you imagine if you're 5'8" and you're a quarterback in the league? I don't even think you would last. Yeah, it is pretty sad when Cole Beasley is their number one receiver. So Ferris, you're gonna watch American Horror Story this week? Because I know you watched. Because I know you watched season 7 last year. I was wondering if you were gonna watch season 8. It's a connection between the two of the seasons, though, Ferris. It's a connection between season 1 and season 3. So you probably, I don't know if you watched the other seasons, but you probably won't know who they are, even though the other two, because they were in those. The ones who were in this season is gonna be were in season 1 and 3. And I need to start catching up on Ozark. I think Ozark looked pretty good. That's what's up, Travis. From what I'm watching, yeah, I think so, Ferris. I think it's always with these shows. It's like season 1 is probably like the decent. Yeah, I've been pretty slow on that. On the I think I finished up on episode 4, but I'll probably finish it soon. Oh, happy upcoming birthday then, Rain. Yeah, Slayer's a pretty good band. I think Ruth's dad's is a prick. He's an asshole. I think the last episode I left off on the cousin was damn. Are you still doing MLB the Show, Rain? I would like to see you do that, and then maybe like do a Spider-Man game. Oh wow, nice. That sucks. He's a Bears fan, Ferris. Yeah. Women are pretty good here. I'm used to being disappointed, so it doesn't hurt. But don't you think, Ferris? I know I'm not saying the NFL's rigged or scripted, but don't you think the way Rodgers came back and did that, don't you feel like that was kind of scripted? I mean, I'm not saying it was, but do you think it would be something like that? Something like scripted, like, oh, Rodgers just gets himself hurt, gets carted off the field, then comes back and leads the Packers to come back. It felt kind of scripted, but I'm not saying NFL's rigged or nothing. What just happened, you would think, is this shit scripted? Yeah, anywhere women are stuck up. You just got to find the right one. Yeah, Mr. McMahon's bringing back the XFL next year. I don't know. I might watch it. I don't know. Probably not. It won't last anyways. Yeah, Ferris. If it was rigged, they would want They would want the Giants and Cowboys to both win. Yeah, it's gonna fail. It's gotta fail. And that's why the NFL put that whatever, if they don't stand for the national anthem, into fine into place, because the XFL is gonna do that and they don't want to lose ratings to them, even though it's probably not gonna last. Yeah, you should worry about the WWE. It's awful. Yeah, probably it'll probably be on Fox. Well, Rain, are you in the MIW? No, I might join Rain. I don't know. I still got to talk with Kev about that. We'll see. I would think it would probably be. You're a commentator now, Rain. You're not a wrestler. The Bills suck. Yeah, I think next week they need to start Josh. They need to start Josh Allen next week. What's up, Trace? I think Jacksonville's defense is good. I just don't know about their quarterback, Blake Bortles. I don't know how, if he could be somewhat decent. Maybe they have a chance. Which video? Yeah, their passing game sucks. They need to put probably Josh Allen in. I don't even know if Josh Allen's going to be good, though. He'll probably be a bust. Oh, you were talking about the Jaguars? Yeah, the Jaguars' offense isn't really that good. Yeah, I did an interview with Kev. this Jaguars defense that's good, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty sad though. You let the Giants go toe to toe against you because the Giants aren't really that good, to be honest. I would love to see, you know what, honestly, I would love to see the Buckeyes and the Browns go at it. You think so, Ferris? You think Giants might beat the Cowboys? And plus, it is a rivalry game. You know, all the rival teams each other tough, so anything can happen. Hell, the Browns have been asked for many years, and the Steelers have been good. That would be a good one. Alabama versus Patriots. Our defense is good. I mean, I'm saying the Browns have been shitty for years, and they still compete good against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They might have lost many of those games, but still, they made it a good game. If you're a pro team and you play a college team, you should beat them because you are a pro team. If you lose, you should definitely not be in the NFL anymore. Anyways, though, I'm probably gonna wrap this stream up. It was a good game for the Packers. Hell of a comeback. Now we prepare next week for the Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully, we go 2-0, and we lead the North. How pissed was I when the Bears were killing? I was very pissed, Ferris. I was very pissed. But thankfully, we came back. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, a win's a win. I'll take it however I can get it. And I'm going to sign out now. Hopefully we go 2-0. What game do I have concern? Yeah, I had a feeling we would come back too, Ferris. What game would I be concerned about? Probably when we play the Falcons, maybe. Because, I know the Falcons have had our number for the past few years. For the past few times they played us, they've had our numbers. So that probably would be the most concerning. And maybe the Vikings when we play them on the road. Yeah, the Patriots are going to be a good one too. But I think we could beat the Patriots. No, we shall see though.